This video is sponsored by Squarespace.
Here are 3 reasons why the iPhone 16 Pro is going to be the first iPhone that I ever return. And I buy the iPhone every single year. I am the biggest Apple fanboy. This one is just not it though. It's not it. Now I've been testing the iPhone 16 Pro alongside my old 15 Pro Max for the past week. I even did a mini stylized photo shoot here in my bedroom, and the results are very revealing. Reason number 1, the image quality isn't any better. In good lighting, I can see that the ultra wide does perform slightly better in the corners, maybe a tiny bit in the middle. It depends on what I'm shooting, but anything coming out of the 1x, 2x, 5x camera, I don't see an improvement on the 16 Pro.
Look, the weirdest part about these comparisons is noticing that the 15 Pro Max, my old phone, actually outperforms the 16 Pro most of the time. Like here with the 2x camera, both shot in RAW. The 16 Pro shows noise and weird artifacts in the sky. And look at the settings, they're exactly the same. Even in low light, the files of the 15 Pro Max looked better. Like, sure, the ultra wide photos are slightly better on the 16 Pro, but there is no reason why the old model should be outperforming the new model.
Reason number 2 is the camera control button. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Apple did a great job implementing the button in the sense that it's a haptic and physical button. And I love the graphics and animations and everything like that, but there's just one really big issue with this. Okay, coming from, again, a professional photography background, I can see a lot of people using this button, and there's gonna be a lot of people getting blurry photos out there.
It actually takes a good amount of pressure to physically press the button, and especially if used one-handed, it can cause camera shake, resulting in a blurry image.
Now, using the camera control one-handed, now I guess it all depends on the size of your hands and what phone you get. So on the 16 Pro, I find that to get a good grip on the phone and then use it one-handed and just controlling it with my thumb will kind of sort of get cramped, especially when I'm at I'm stretching it all the way down and I'm trying to fine tune something, my thumb starts to cramp. If I use it with 2 hands, I find it to be better, but at that point, I might as well just use the touchscreen because I can do everything a little bit faster. If I'm using it landscape, this is where I feel like the camera control button makes the most sense because I'm holding the camera pretty stable and I can, change the settings and everything like that from up here where I'm not stressing out my thumb. For people that pull out their phone and want to take a quick photo, they're not going to use the camera control button. I think that they're going to be using the screen. You can do everything a lot faster. But overall, I do think that this is a gimmick. Reason number 3, that this phone can get uncomfortably hot at times. Now, when I was doing a little photo shoot here in my room, I would put the 16 Pro down to take photos with this one. And the couple minutes that this phone was sitting with the camera app open, I picked it up and it was already really warm to the touch. I mean, the entire phone was warm to the touch. And I've noticed that when I'm playing videos for a long time or even shooting, let's say 4K 120 on this phone, I mean, it gets really, really warm.
I know that this isn't an apples to apples comparison, but this is what both phones look like shooting their most demanding video for about a minute. The 15 Pro Max gets hot at the top of the device, whereas the 16 Pro gets hot everywhere, and it makes it uncomfortable to hold. Also, you know what's even hotter than the iPhone 16 Pro? Making a website with Squarespace.
Squarespace makes it so easy and seamless to set up a website for your business, whether that's an online store, a blog, or a personal site like mine. Squarespace has this thing called Blueprint AI that gives you unique design and styling options to best align with your brand. A feature that can give your site some personality. I'm currently tinkering with it right now because I plan on doing an entire redesign pretty soon. It's also been effortless to manage my online store, selling my presets, and even more recently, I've been building out an appointments feature that will allow my viewers and site visitors to schedule a mentorship call with me in just a few quick steps. So if you use the coupon code Manny, you will get 10% off your first purchase with Squarespace. So check them out. Link will be in the description.
Okay, so besides those 3 deal breakers for me, there are some things that I do like about this phone. So for one, I do like that Apple didn't hold back on the smaller model. Maybe I shouldn't be complaining about the overheating, right? Because this phone is feature packed. It's not crippled at all against the Pro Max version. I love being able to shoot 4K 120 on here. I've been having a little bit too much fun with the 4K 120 on my dogs. I think the quality looks great. I also think that the spatial audio, although I may not use it, I think it's great for people that are creating content on their phone and they don't have a wireless mic. I think that's a great option for those people. One thing surprised me, the battery life isn't as good as I remembered on these smaller models. Now, maybe it's just because I'm coming from a Pro Max phone. I can't get, I go maybe like half a day. You know, and usually when you have a brand new phone, battery lasts all day. I get like maybe half day battery life, and then I gotta charge it. I mean, it charges up really quick, but I do miss the battery life of the Pro Max, I have to say. But I really like the form factor of this phone. I mean, they talk about the bezels being smaller. I barely even notice it. The phone looks exactly the same. It feels exactly the same. I can't, it's really hard to justify. They're giving me like $600 for my Pro Max. I bought this for like what, $1,200 with the 500 gigs. I always justify a new phone, especially since I do so much work on my phone for like, you know, reels and stuff like that, and take BTS photos with it. But this is like the first time in a while that I'm like, what's the point? I can't say that it's worth it. I think with the new MacBooks coming out this year, I may just save up that $600, go back to my 15 Pro, and then put that $600 toward the new MacBook, because I'm probably gonna be upgrading this year. Yeah.